Camiko Smith. Thanks for joining us here at the 2020 Bermuda Championship. You were one of three. You were one of three local Bermudians to qualify for this event in a qualifier that was played earlier this month, and you actually won it. You shot 70-71 to finish 1 under to be the medalist and advance in here. I understand last year you were leading after one round of the 36-hole event and failed to qualify. So does this kind of feel like a little bit of a redemption story for you to make your first PGA Tour start here at the Bermuda Championship this week?
Yes, that's correct. It does feel a little bit of a redemption. I wanted it last year and gave it away. But this year coming around, with COVID and everything, I figured, you know what, I need to take advantage of this opportunity with the tour event. And this is what I did. I played well 2 days, got my spot, won my spot. So yeah, it's a bit of redemption.
Well, you're a 35-year-old. You're about to make your first PGA Tour start, and come Thursday, what kind of excitement level on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest? What are you feeling right now, leading into the week, waiting for Thursday?
Definitely very excited. Scale of 1 to 10, say a 9. Yeah, it's pretty high up there. I mean, to have it on my island, on my home course, right in my neighborhood, front yard, backyard. It's super exciting for Bermuda and whatnot. So I'm really looking forward to being out there.
And before we take some questions, Camiko, just what sort of expectations will you have this week? I mean, if you don't have any to share, that's fine. But what would be a good goal for you to make this a successful week, do you think?
Expectations-wise, basically play well Thursday, Friday. Do my best to just put myself in position to make the weekend and just play well during the weekend. Just keep playing well, really.
Okay, great. We'll just remind the media on the call, if you have a question, just type your name into the chat and we'll call on you, and then we'll ask you to turn your camera on and you can speak to Camiko directly. And we'll go to Kevin Price first. So go ahead, Kevin. Kevin's with PGAtour.com, Camiko.
Hi, Camiko. Congratulations. Hey, and good to see you. I was wondering if you could kind of trace, the arc of your journey in the game, when you started playing, how you started playing, and kind of your backstory in the game.
Okay, so we can start with Port Royal, actually. I grew up right next to the Port Royal. I had a few family friends that actually played a little bit of golf, so they would hit golf balls in my yard. And when I was like 5 or so I guess I took a little bit of interest from there. But at the age of 9, I actually came up to Port Royal and hit up the caddy shop and basically just said, "Hey, guy, is it possible to have a golf club?" So Tippy turned over the counter, and the gentleman goes, "Hey, yeah, sure, I'll give you one if you can hit the ball." So we traveled on to the driving range, and there you go. Fire one down the fairway on the driving range, and fire some more, and pretty much went from there. His name is Teddy Greaves, and I owe him a lot, man. I mean, about him giving me access to the golf course, allowing me to hit balls, take me out on the course weekends, and play. I mean, I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now. So yeah, a lot of gratitude towards him. He called me the other day, and he was super excited. So I mean, I played junior golf when I was 12. I didn't win anything as a junior. I played pretty good, but recently just been getting better, and here we are.
How many rounds would you estimate you've played at Port Royal, and how do you describe what it takes to play well there?
Jeez, rounds at Port Royal? A lot. Too many to count. I mean, like I said, it's my backyard, so I literally hop over a fence and I'm right on. And I used to get kicked off for doing that. And now I'm sitting there playing a PGA Tour event in my backyard, so it's pretty awesome. I mean, a lot of rounds up this course, a lot of rounds. And I mean, this golf course has been transformed, I don't know, say 8 years ago. So before it used to be a very tree-lined sort of golf course, and now it's more open. So, I mean, just keeping the ball in play it's important around here. The rough's pretty thick, it's just new. They don't usually have it like that. So that'd be pretty interesting. Just got to keep the ball in play.
Absolutely. What hole is your backyard?
Number 4, hole 4. So I would be
Okay.
basically 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night out on the putting green underneath on the street lights, just putting, chipping, hitting balls, put a flashlight up on the flag, hit balls at it, putt at it. So that's it right there, man. I mean, number 4 is my yard.
That is amazing. And could you kind of briefly describe the arc of your pro career when you turned pro and where you've played as a pro?
I basically turned pro. It's 2013, I want to say. I was working at Belmont Golf Course, and they have a tournament called the Gosling Invitational. And I turned pro during that event, and gradually basically just worked for a while, save up some money. It took me a little while to get off island, and so basically just traveled to Florida, got a membership at Grand Cypress. I worked with Fred Griffin for a little bit. He really helped my short game a lot. From there, I just basically go travel back and forth to Orlando, practice out at North Shore Golf Club, or Lake Nona area, and from there, just gradually now I'm located in Dallas, Texas, with my coach Carlos Brom at Hackberry Creek, where has brought me up to this point. He's really just helped me with my mental game, helped me with my confidence, just total belief in myself that this is where I'm supposed to be, and here we are. I owe a lot to him as well.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Thanks, Gavin.
Hey, while we're at it, Camiko, just at 35, you're probably an inspiration to a lot of youngsters on the island, just having practiced in the dark in your backyard, etc. Who was your inspiration growing up? Who did you look up to as a player?
Well, I hope I'm an inspiration to a lot of young kids growing up, but I mean, to be honest, I didn't know many local golfers, so it was basically Tiger Woods at the time. Then local guy Dwayne Kerman, who's been around for a while. I mean, he's a local legend. Then as I got older, learning more about local golfers, Kim Swan, Lewis Corbin, who actually was helped out by Joe Lewis, the boxer, back in the day. But mainly Tiger Woods. I mean, when he won the Masters in 1997, I think I was like 12, and watching that pretty much drove me to want to be better, and I wanted to do that. So yeah, he inspired me to work really hard and chase golf more.
Well, you're not alone in that group. He inspired a lot of people. Earl's typed a couple of questions in here. He said, what type of weather are you hoping for this week that might favor you?
Whatever comes, man. I mean, I'm pretty easy with the weather. I mean, whatever comes his way.
And also, would you prefer an early tee time or a later tee time, which might give you an advantage to see how the course is playing on Thursday?
I'm not picky. I'm up early already, so mid-morning if we had to pick one. I wouldn't mind mid-morning.
Mid-morning? Okay.
Yeah, mid-morning, but I'm not picky. I mean, whatever tee time they draw me, I'm good with it.
Okay, and he finally says, you obviously mentioned that you live on number 4. Which hole on the golf course do you find the most challenging out here?
Let's see. Number 4. I mean, number 4 is still challenging. I mean, the first shot brings a bonk into play on the right fairway. If you take drive and try to blast it over it, you can block it into some bushes, or you can pull it into my yard and be out of bounds. But yeah, number 4 has been tricky. Even the old 4 has been tricky. Can't give too much information about it because it's a tournament. So a lot of local knowledge. Got to keep some of it to myself.
Fair enough. Okay, Earl, thank you for your questions. If you can turn your video off, we're going to go to Kim Swan now. Kim's got his hand raised, so Kim, go ahead, turn your video on, and go ahead and ask a question and unmute yourself. You there, Kim? Okay, here he comes. Okay, we can see you, Kim. Can we hear you? We can't hear you. We must be having difficulty with the sound from your guys' end. So, hey, Kim, if you have a question, just type it in and I'll ask it for you, okay? And if you can turn your video off, then we'll go back to Kevin Price. Kevin, jump on and go ahead.
Hey again, Camiko. So I was wondering, this season, where have you been playing? What type of tournaments have you? What's your schedule been like this year with the pandemic and the return to golf?
Well, schedule-wise, it's actually been nil, really. I mean, I was in early January, February. I was in Dallas practicing, and then I came back to Bermuda for the Par 3 Championship at Turtle Hill, and I was expected to go back to Dallas the following week, but COVID was going on, and then COVID, it threw everybody a monkey wrench. I mean, so I haven't been doing anything really. I've just been here. We had lockdown. Obviously, the world's been on lockdown. After we came out of lockdown, just been working for a glass company called Commercial Glass. So last 3 months, I'm pretty much just been working. But I kept my game sharp. I would go to the gym early mornings, around like 4 o'clock in the morning in the gym. Then I'd go work from 7 o'clock to about 4:30. And after that, if I had left, I'll go hit some bowls if I could. Or just walk around Ocean View, just keep my swing loose. But yeah, I mean, looking forward to getting out of here in the new year and just kicking things over again. Go back to Dallas, between Orlando and Dallas, and just get some events going, man. I mean, the Advocates Tour, it's looking at tour I'm looking to play on. So yeah, in the new year.
Absolutely. And how many Commercial Glass, what do you do for them? And what are some of the jobs you've had kind of along the way outside of pro golf?
Well, the recent one, Commercial Glass, is basically installing doors, windows, storm shutters, different things like that. Putting mirrors in people's houses and commercial buildings and whatnot. So yeah, it's pretty interesting when I play golf and I'm working with glass. So I guess it's touch and go sometimes. I got to be very, very cautious, but it's definitely helped me along the way. Just keeping my passion and drive alive. You know, it's definitely helped me refocus that a lot.
Definitely. How long have you worked with them?
4 months.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're pretty excited. Super excited that I got in. And my boss was gracious enough to give me time off to prepare for the qualifier. Give me 2 weeks off to prepare for it, and I told him, hey, look, if I get in, and another 2 weeks off, and he called me and said, hey, well, you got another 2 weeks off. There you go. So he's pretty stoked about it.
That's awesome. Good stuff. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Okay, Camiko, I have another question from Earl real quick. He just wants to know who will be on your bag for the tournament this week.
On my bag would be local member Kenny Campbell. Played a little bit of golf with him on the weekends in the last few months, getting to know him. He likes to walk a lot. Kind of vibe pretty similar. I'm pretty quiet. Yeah, I mean, that's my guy for the week.
Okay, Kim Swan asks if you could just talk a little bit about Walter King.
Walter King, yes, sorry, that's a name I shouldn't have left out. Walter King, I met him, he lives in Pinehurst, but I met him in Pinehurst when I was a junior. But he pretty much helped establish Port Royal Golf Course. Had a lot of juniors up here, like Dwayne Kerman when they're coming along, Kim Swan. You have him picking in range, you let him practice. For picking in range, you let him practice, let him play on the golf course and whatnot. So it's been a good influence, really helping golf in Bermuda.
Okay, great. I have a question from Sam Murley. He'd like to know, with a stellar lineup confirmed for this week, how will it feel to play alongside some of the bigger names in this event when the tee times come out?
It's pretty interesting. I mean, you watch these guys on TV. I knew I'd get her one day, but see him in person, it's pretty cool. I mean, I met Danny Willett. He's a Callaway guy. I'm a Callaway guy as well. So met Danny Willett, got to chat with him. So that was pretty cool. David Hearn as well. Great guy. I mean, he gave me some good kudos for getting to the event because last year I caddied him. He was happy to see me playing in the field this year. But, yeah, Harold Bonitzer, and nice to see these guys there. It's pretty sweet. It's sweet. At the same time, it's hard to compete. So
yeah. Just a couple more. Before the 2019 Bermuda Championship, you shared the course record with Adam Scott of 7 under 64. Do you just recall that day and what you did best that day and what that was like specifically?
Yeah, 6 on the front nine. I kind of zoned out. Just pretty much just let everything happen. I made a ton of putts. Just want to get up to a good start. Birdie number 2. Had a good chances on 3 and 4. Birdied 6. Sorry, no, I didn't bird 6. I eagled 7. Birdied 8. Birdied 9. Birdied 12. Had a few other birdie chances, but I just zoned out really and just made it. My putter was on fire that day. Yeah, I made a lot of putts.
Just and finally, just how significant and meaningful is it that Port Royal celebrates its 50th year anniversary, and you're making your first start on the PGA Tour the same week at Port Royal?
It's pretty interesting. I didn't know that. My fault. But it's knowing that now. It's pretty interesting how everything just falls into place. So I would say it's a humbling experience for that to happen at this time. So yeah, just looking forward to make them proud, make myself proud, and my family and the island proud.
Well, I hope it's a magical week for you. It sounds like it already is. All the best for the weekend. Enjoy it and soak it all in. And Camiko, we thank you for your time this week. Good luck.
Thank you very much.